Hi guys, it's Colleen. I hope your summer's going great. I hope everyone's enjoying the weather when it's nice, of course. We've had some crazy weather, but I love and I miss all of you so much. I'm so bored without y'all, but anyway, so my devotional is from Haggai 1 and verse 5. So it says, "Now the Lord of armies says this, think carefully about your ways." And then verse 6 says, "You have planted much, but harvested little. You eat, but never have enough to be satisfied. You drink, but never have enough to be happy. You put on clothes, but never have enough to get warm. The wage earner puts his wages into a bag with a hole in it." And so what this verse is saying is that people are often busy and active with their lives, working hard, but they lose sight of the house of the Lord. So that goes on with verse 9. So you expected much, but then it amounted to little. When you brought the harvest to your house, I ruined it. Why? This is the declaration of the Lord of armies. Because my house still lies in ruins, while each of you is busy with his own house. So, again, the house of the Lord is being ignored, essentially. And then the people are doing work that benefit them, but they're putting his work, his presence, and his priorities to the side while they focus on all these other things in their life besides the house of the Lord and God's presence, God's needs, God's work that he expects us to do through him, right? And then so God in the end gave them a piercing command, not to make them feel guilty, but as a wake-up call. So it said, consider your ways, right? So what are we chasing? What has our attention gone to other than obeying the Lord, right? We fill our schedules, we justify our distractions and tell ourselves we will get serious about the things of God later in our life. We'll put things off, but then we get in this habit of putting things off that God calls us to do, right? And then we never get to them in the right manner, or we make excuses. He calls us to place him first in our habits, our time, decisions, and priorities all the time. God does care about the order of our hearts. He cares about what we are putting into our hearts and what we're putting into our lives on a daily basis. So this week, I challenge you to ask God to show you where your obedience has drifted, attention has drifted, and where he's calling you to rebuild what has been neglected. So kind of focus on what you're putting off in God's life, or what you're putting off in God's obedience, God's presence, what he's calling you to do, and see how that is reflecting your spiritual journey. Honestly, I do that too. I put things off. I say, oh, I'll read my Bible later. I'll pray later. And then it just becomes a rolling habit, like a snowball. And then I'm like, oh crap, I have to really dig deep in the Lord and really put things through him the way he wants me to. So, I hope everyone is having a great summer still, and I miss each and every one of you so much. I hope y'all are staying safe and spending time with family and friends. So, thank you. Love you guys.